Okay.
Welcome back to my YouTube channel.
Okay.
Welcome back to my YouTube. Let me calm down. Hey y'all.
Hey, y'all.
So awkward. Anyway, welcome back. I'm trying to put my serious face. Hey y'all, and welcome back to my YouTube channel.
Sounds like a radio section.
Oh god. Anyways, so on a for real note, welcome back. It's nice to see you all again. You know, we're back with another girl talk, and I have my big sister here, Jaleesa.
Hi.
She's here, and yeah, we're just gonna talk about stuff. We decided today we're gonna speak about religion and spirituality and our history with that, because we both kind of came from like a religious-ish sort of background, and of course we're both very spiritual, even though religion is spirituality, but you know what I mean. So yeah, we came on here to speak about that, so let's go.
I kind of feel like religion is like more like the doctrine, like the bread and butter, I guess, like the word, like the actual rules, whereas spirituality is more like your relationship with the higher power.
That's why I wanted to do this video, because okay, so I don't know, I'm supposed to be looking at you or the camera. I'm gonna look at
Me
both.
neither.
It's because
I gotta ever do two people.
I've never filmed with anybody, but basically, okay, so for me, the backstory, I'm from Little Rock, Arkansas originally. I'm from deep down south, and I was raised as a Christian. All right, I was raised as a Christian, and all I know is what actually got me on my spiritual-ish path is because I kept going to church and everything like that. And this when I was growing, I had just had my son. I was going to church, and I kept feeling a disconnect with God. Did you ever have that where you would go to church?
No, I hated it.
And the pastor, the pastor
I hated
speaking,
going to church.
and you're thinking, I used to like going, so I'd feel good.
I used to hate when they would ask, like, did you ever go to a church? Like, because I used to go to a lot of different churches. Like, I really tried to explore Christianity. Like, I was like Jehovah's Witness, Seventh-day Adventist, like Baptist. Like, I was going to different stuff. And but you ever go to a new church and they're like, raise your hand if you're new, or they try to like force you to get saved? Like, I used to really hate that. Like, yeah. I would not want to raise my hand. I'd be like so embarrassed. I felt like, I don't know, I'm like, I don't, like, stop forcing me. Like, it didn't feel right.
Yeah, like, it got to a point when I got older, especially after I had my son, where I was there, and like the messages, they weren't resonating, and I felt, even though I was going to church every week, I'm reading my Bible, I'm praying, I'm doing this, I felt so disconnected from God, to the point that I was like, wait, the point of me going to church is to be connected with God.
Yeah.
And if I'm not connected with God, I don't need to be here. And so I quit going. And then that relationship, because to me, religion, I just felt like, obviously we all know it. Well, and there's people that might be Christians that watch this and stuff.
And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with religion or Christianity at all.
Yeah, it's just our experience.
Yeah, like what works for one person may not work for another. Because I know there's people that are Christian that consider themselves more spiritual. They'll be like, they're believers of Christ. Yes. They may even go to church and read the Bible, but they still don't even identify as technically Christian, even though they follow Christianity. They say, I'm spiritual. Yeah. Like, because they distinguish themselves separately from, like, it's deeper. And those are the people I actually connect with. Like, Christians that are spiritual, I'm like, we can talk about like the word, and I can talk about stuff, and I'm like, it just feels different. Yeah,
and it's crazy because when I left the church, that's when my relationship like really got better. And then I realized like all the things that I think I felt a disconnect, because I felt like a lot of things I do now that brought me closer to God are demonized in church.
Yeah.
And so when I left that and I was able to be free, I was able to put up an altar and do all the things I do now. That's when like my relationship with God, like me and God became like this.
So like for me, when I was younger, I used to actually practice like ritual stuff. I didn't really know what I was doing, but like I really enjoyed it, and no one ever taught me. Like, I mean, this was like when I was like little, like elementary school, even like somewhat in high school. But then because I was taught that that's bad, and like, you know, through religion, I kind of feared it and was like, I don't know what I'm doing, and this might be evil. So I kind of just like left it alone.
Yeah.
And then I still tried to explore Christianity, but then I became agnostic. Yeah, because then I was like, well, I don't believe in one thing. I just believe in God. I'm not any religion, because I didn't know there was a spiritual path. I didn't know spirituality existed. So I was like, okay, I guess I have to be agnostic, because I'm not an atheist. Like, I do believe in a higher power. I just don't believe in the structures or any of this other stuff.
Yes. Oh, let me tell you guys. And I have a blog on this on my website. My website is, it'll be in the bio. I'm not going to say that. My website's going to be in the description. But I have an article about this on my website. But even though I don't like put my name on anything, like I more closely associate with pantheism, which is the belief that God and the universe are the same thing.
Yes.
And I realized that whenever I was like using God and the universe interchangeably, and now I use spirit interchangeably with both of those, and I looked it up, and so pantheism is what I more so identify with now, because I feel like it's all the same thing. But now it's crazy because where I'm at on my spiritual journey, now I can look back on the Bible. I can look back on certain pastors, certain books that are dealing with religion. Now I can dive back into religion and actually gain something from it, because I'm looking at it from a different perspective. I've been in religion, I separated myself completely, and now I'm just at this place spiritually where I can still gain something from it.
Like for me, it's all about the message. Like it doesn't matter where it comes from. Like whether it's Buddhism, like I gain a lot from Buddhism. If it's from Islam, if it's from Christianity, if it's from Hindu, like if I gravitate to, and even like goddess worship, like I am really big on goddess worship with, if you think about it, like the Catholic churches, because they really honor Mary a lot, and that's considered goddess worship, and if you think about it. But then also like Hindu religion, they have a lot of goddesses, and I'm also into like a lot of Kemetic stuff, like when we talk about like Horus and Isis, and like I've always just felt drawn to it. Like I would dream about it. I would like, and I'm like, this is so deep in my DNA, I can't even deny it. Like I'm receiving these messages, like, and I never believed that God had like a sex. I believe that like God is in everything and in everyone, and that God, it's just so huge that God can, or the most higher spirit, or whoever you want to call it, expresses itself like in many forms.
I agree. I remember when I was first learning that God is in all of us, and it took me a minute to understand that concept. But yeah, like let's talk about how like getting into spirituality has like changed our lives. Yeah, because that shit, like,
it was a major shift for me, because I was like really depressed, and like I used to like harm myself, like I was suicidal, like I literally was just like on a whole nother path. And then I went to therapy, and I did all that work, and it did help. But I feel like it was spirituality that gave me purpose in life, and that really showed me like I am powerful, and like I can change things, and like it showed me, I don't know, it empowered me. And then I don't know, once I just found spirituality, that was it. Like the deeper I went into it, like I just like my vibrations just started going higher, and before you know it, like I didn't need the medication, I didn't need the therapy, and it's like I'm just a whole new person.
Yep.
What about you?
Well, I am in therapy right now.
Well, there's nothing wrong. I still...
No, I know. I just said no, because different people might be different. Like, she got on her spiritual path. She didn't need therapy. I'm in therapy, and I'm not like depressed or anything like that. But I feel like we all need therapy.
Well, therapy is great, but I'm saying like it was to the point where like I had to have therapy, because if I didn't have it, I was going to like go off the deep end. Like I depended on medication and therapy. The thing is like, you're not going to be in therapy for the rest of your life. No. Like over time, you're going to end up, because I could go back to therapy. I think I need it now because I'm going through something really rough in my life. So yeah, no, I'm a therapist. So I agree with therapy, but that's what I meant. I'm glad you said that though. No, being spiritual doesn't mean you don't need therapy, but I no longer needed that same type of help. Like I was able to adjust and become better.
Yeah. It really does help you. For me, and just like her, I have a history of depression. Matter of fact, there's a video on my channel that's speaking about suicide and depression and stuff like that. And even this tattoo, you guys see it says worthy?
No, I don't think they could see it.
Sorry. It's going to be upside down. Let me show you. This right here, it says worthy. There you go. This tattoo, I got it over my cut marks. Because I used to...
Oh, wait, so you used to cut too?
Yeah, I did used to cut. I used to self-harm.
I was a cutter too.
And so... Are we trauma bonding?
Yeah, we're trauma bonding. I'm like, oh my God, you were toxic and fucked up too.
So I used to...
well, unhealed, because we really weren't. We were just unhealed.
And I used to self-harm a lot whenever I was a teenager. And so I got that worthy tattooed over my cut marks a while back. So I was like that too, but getting into my spiritual path, like I said, it made me feel more connected to God. It made me feel more connected with myself. It made me feel less guilty about living my life. Because guess what? I have tattoos, obviously. I have a child out of wedlock. I've been divorced before. Like, I've had so many things happen in life that are like big sins, but it's like now I'm able to walk in my truth and live freely without feeling like I'm going to get punished for living life and being a human and making these mistakes. And through spirituality, cannot talk. Not only have I been able to really do a lot of deep healing on a different level and understand myself more, but I've been able to manifest or co-create my dream life. Because right now I have everything, you know, like I have everything I want, like everything. I even called her. I live in Vegas now, you guys know that. And I called her the other night and it's like, hey, can I come over? I was on a flight within hours and here that next morning. And, you know, been working from her place, like having fun. Like but I've been able to manifest a life where I have my dream career, my dream relationship. I'm able to travel. I'm able to be a good mother. I'm able to be a good friend and just enjoy my life through the power, like through tapping into my power. Like spirituality, it's just changed my life in so many ways.
We met too because of that.
We did meet because
that
of spirituality.
How we met. And that's true too. And then I started, and for me, like it's what you're saying, like because there's people that are Christian or Buddhist or whatever that are so successful in their lives, and you know, and they have everything they want, and like because you can achieve the same thing in religion. I guess we're just explaining why spirituality was more our path, because there's people that in religion, it's just, if it doesn't resonate with you, then it's like, why do it? Like, just because your family did it doesn't mean that that's your path too. But I just feel like for me, spirituality, because I'm so open-minded, was a way where I could, like you said, freely express myself, be myself, like live this human experience, like fully, and just completely have an open mind. Like I've experienced and done things. And it's so funny because you can do something under, like for me, like I microdose mushrooms sometimes. And it's like, that's a big thing that like now they're getting into psychology about, like rewiring your brain with things like that. But like that's also for me, it's a spiritual practice more than it is like, oh, I'm just doing it for fun. It's like, no, I'm doing this, I'm setting intentions, and I'm changing not only my molecular structure but also my path of in like receiving messages and opening myself up to evolving.
It's always nice when you find what works for you. I remember when I was like leaving, you know, Christianity and getting into stuff, I have my family, they would make jokes about me and be like, this bitch is a devil. This bitch is a... No, probably my family, they have no chill.
They were scared.
My family has no chill. They'd be like, oh, this bitch. My mom walked into a room one day when I was doing a spell, and she was like, yeah, I walked right out and shut the door because I didn't know what the fuck you were doing.
My mom was like that too. Like one time she was like, you know, whatever you're doing, that's not gonna like fix anything. Like she used to like look down on me and stuff like that. Now my mom has oracle cards and stuff.
It's funny. It's funny. Like no chill. My family always used to joke about me, and it's like, you know, like it's just funny. Like but we're both free spirits.
Yeah.
That's to say different things. And you know what? I've actually been learning about Buddhism quite a bit. I'm not going to become a Buddhist or anything, but I like to learn about every other, and there's other religions and practices that I'm going to learn about too. I like to learn about everything because I feel like it's all connected.
Yes, and you know what's great too? When you meet people, like I made friends with this girl at my job who's Hindu, and like we're connecting, and I'm like, yeah, Lakshmi, and like we're talking about like Ganesh, and like I would have never known. Like if I was Christian, I wouldn't be knowing about all of that. So it's great, like when I meet Buddhists, and I could be like, yeah, attachment and suffering, like the eightfold path, the middle way, and it's like I literally can connect with so many people now because I've opened myself up to so many different ways of being. Like, or if I talk to someone who's like, you know, Muslim, or you know, there's things I know about that, or like even fasting and stuff like that.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, and people in all different cultures do that too. So it's just great to connect with people of different like belief systems because you know more about it.
Yeah, like I said, it's all connected. That's why I'm like, now I can go back and I can watch a sermon. I love Stephen Furtick. I love TD Jakes. There's a couple of people I love.
Like Joel Osteen.
I never listen to him.
I do actually.
I never listen to him.
I listen to him. I like his stuff sometimes.
Yeah, but there's certain people I can go back and now I'm able to get a message. It's just like there, because like I said, everything's connected. So I can love him. I just finished reading one of his books.
How about Sadhguru? You ever listen to him?
Love him.
Oh my God.
Be watching him. We should watch one of his videos after this. I love. Check out Sadhguru. We like him over here. But yeah, it's all connected. Like there's so much to learn. Like to me, and again, because you know, nobody's attacking nobody's religion. Obviously, we're like praising all of them and everything like that. But yeah, just for me, like feeling so trapped in religion and just we're both free spirits. A lot of people are free spirits. Being free spirits and being able to like break free and really figure out like, man, this is what works for me. This is what doesn't work. This is what I'm going to unlearn. This is what I'm going to learn. And this is what I'm going to apply. And then coming up with something that just works for you is so beautiful, because that's when you begin to thrive. That's when you have that spiritual foundation, and you do well.
I think I don't like the self-righteousness part of some religions of like, my God is better than yours, or my God is real and yours isn't, and all of that, like the judgment that comes with it. I think it's like, okay, like at the end of the day, all religions and spirituality all come down to love. It all like love, and then
compassion, love and compassion.
Yeah, and that's what connects us all. Like we're all one. So I think the more, and look right now, like there's so many wars happening right now over religion, and it's like when we start to realize like we're all connected, we're all one, and like love is the religion, and I think that's when we'll all start to heal, and the planet will start to heal.
Exactly, we're all one. You and I are one.
Yep.
You and I are one. You and her are one. We're all one. We're all connected. You know what I mean?
No, we really are.
We're one for like, this is my sister, guy. Like, I love her. I love her with all my heart. Oh, we should post for a thumbnail.
Wait, let me do a different one.
I'm not editing this out.
You're not? Oh my God.
It's gonna be here. We're making.
Wait, hold on. I don't like any of these, but it's okay.
That's a cute thumbnail. Yeah, look at us. But are you still? Ouch! A big ass head.
It's because I'm so smart.
Okay, so anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed our talk. We're gonna change shirts and record another video for my channel to make it look like.
Well, we have to record mine too.
We're gonna record
my channel.
We're gonna be back with another video.
Put my Instagram on here, so if anyone wants to follow me, and my YouTube, which I have not been active, but I'm coming back. So
I'm gonna link all her stuff. But thank you for joining us with a little quick girl chat.
Peace and love to all of you. Mwah.
And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and to her.